People, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for sticking around. We are going to preface this with just some ingredients, just laying them out here. You see the orange juice and the whipping cream and the turmeric and everything. And of course, you're going to have the natural ingredients, the main one being the plantain. You have some garlic, some shallots, really, onion, shallot, anyone works. But, I just hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys will try the recipe and tell me how you like it. I'm Misa Plantain and Plantain Semi, so if you really want to see how this turns out, stick around and watch the rest of the video. Let's go. So before I even get into what we're doing, I just want to thank you guys for, being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and do so. Now is the time before we really get into anything serious. Thank you for sharing the video. This is the time when you share the video, by the way. Thanks for commenting. You can do that further down when you see something that you don't understand, or if you just want to big me up, man, tell me something to chop off a finger on them someday. Just, drop a like when you're done too, because this is very risky of me to try making plantain soup. So right now, I just start with cutting up the carrot. Just chunk it however I like, right? I'm sure nobody watch the one will drop off. I know I'm gonna say something, nobody watch the one will drop off. You understand? We're getting the garlic into the mix. We're going to mince them really fine because who wants to chew on a large piece of garlic? No one. And then we're going to go ahead and cut up the rest of the items on the board. We have a Scotch Bonnet Pepper. You can use whatever color you like, but I chose a green one simply because that's all I had in my refrigerator. That purple thing is a shallot. You can use onions, but I preferred shallots because they're sweeter. And I'm thinking, plantain soup, so a shallot should be better, right? And then, of course, you have plantains. You'd want to definitely use ripe plantains, preferably them closer to being spoiled. That way it would be sweeter. It's just the science of it. You're not really nasty because you're on black plantain. That's not how it goes. If you use green plantain, well, God go with you, go. So, of course, you mark the plantain along its length, and then you take it out of its peel. Try not to cut too deep, or otherwise you'll just cut right into the plantain. You don't want that. And then you'll go ahead and chunk it, meaning just cut it along its length. You don't want to slice it in half long way and then cut it. So you just do it how I'm doing it. Not too thick because you don't want it to be too big in the soup, but also not too thin because you don't want it to mash out. You understand? So that size that I have there is not too bad, about 1/2 inch. The book did really say 1 inch, but I wasn't really up to doing that. And then we just prepare the items as you see here, and then we move on to getting them into the pot. Alright, so the thing says to do the oil and the butter first over medium heat, and then I add the plantains and whatnot. I'm gonna do some oil right now. It says to do 1/4 cup of oil plus a tablespoon, so that's gonna be this cup of oil. Right, not too much, 1 cup still. I'm gonna drop them in the saucepan that I had on the fire. Right, it's been warming up. It says plus a tablespoon. Right. Seems like a lot of oil, but we'll see. And then it said to add 2 tablespoons. Hold on. 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. So right here, it's showing that 2 tablespoons comes up to right here. So I can chop out that and put it in. It's enough. Woo! So once the oil and the butter are nice and heated and melted and blended together, you want to go ahead and add the plantains. Just so they can get, nice and submerged into the mixture, and so that they can start the caramelization process. You give them a stir to make sure so them, really mix up and really, come together as one, and, get to that point of being nice and golden, so that they can offer the best maximum flavor that they can. You're going to add some salt, not so much salt like what you see me I do yes, so that is a lot of salt, and if you have hypertension, you don't really have a problem right now. But you want to add some salt to taste. You want to also go ahead and add the cayenne pepper. That's also to taste. It didn't really specify how much cayenne pepper you're supposed to add, but me love pepper scenes, so we just add a lot because plantain soup you have to have something to really give a kick, and then you go ahead and stir some more. So continuing the caramelization process, you want to go ahead and add some sugar. You really want to be careful with how much sugar you add because that will definitely determine how sweet your soup is going to be. Remember that you're using ripened plantains, and so those already come with a certain level of sweetness. If you have diabetes, my girl or my man, don't just hold it easy with the sugar, you understand? This is just a nice little view, how it looks nice and golden brown. It's caramelizing nicely. And I set it for 10 minutes. I'm going to leave it to continue caramelizing. Alright, so we're back and we're revisiting the pot. We're going to add some ground turmeric, half a teaspoon. You can use an actual teaspoon or the measuring cups as I have. Apparently I'm using more than just half a teaspoon. Don't be like me, follow instructions. And then you're going to add the remaining items that you cut up, the remaining vegetables, so the carrots and the onions and the green pepper and the shallot. And you're going to mix those together so that they too can be caramelized to create a nice blend of, oh wow, whatever member said is the nice. Me burn them right up. Sorry people. Moving on, we're gonna move on to the orange juice. You're gonna add 1 cup of fresh orange juice. I don't drink juice. This is oh wow, that's very atrocious. You're gonna pour the orange juice into the measuring cup and then you introduce it to the pot. Take your time. You can get there. Don't rush. There we go. Look on them, all them. Oh god, them thirsty bad. Whoo, quench thirst. I saw orange juice will quench thirst. Look at this up them one up. And then after you add oh wait, you know what, one thing about me, I'm not gonna follow instructions because me add more than the cup. But anyhow, after you add the orange juice, you're gonna stir it up and then you're gonna let it simmer for about 2 minutes. Just for, get everything integrated. Make sure the dry pot them get moisturized because clearly I did a number on them. You're gonna turn the heat down because you don't want them to burn anymore. And they've been caramelized enough. And then we're going to return and we're going to add some chicken stock or vegetable stock, whichever stock you prefer. And then you're going to also let that come to a boil. So the 2 minutes are up and we're about to watch aroma. Yeah. The 2 minutes are up and we're checking on the meal here. And we're going to add, okay, I'm showing it to you guys first as if you didn't see it. We're going to add the cooking stock. And of course, I said mine is vegetable and they want you to add 4 cups, which is the soup, essentially. The orange juice wasn't enough, so we're going to add the chicken stock to build up that soupy broth that you need. After adding the stock, you want to make sure that you stir. You got to stir. You don't want the food to stick to the pot. We're going to let it simmer for 12 minutes until it, it just reduces to soup consistency. So now it's time to add the heavy cream, and we're going to add 2 cups of heavy cream to the plantain soup. That's just 1 cup right there. Of course, you're going to mix thoroughly. It is very weird adding dairy to something that has citrus in it. And so I was really wary about trying this overall, just seeing the ingredients. But I'd like to think that it held up well, and it's not a regret at all. It's very tasty. So just be careful. Make sure that you stir properly. You're gonna set this on 5 minutes, or set your timer on 5 minutes. Set your phone time on 5 minutes, just so you can have it reduce to like a creamy texture, and then you can come back and present the soup as a finished product. So after reducing the soup for about 5 minutes or so, I turned the flame off and then I added some black pepper to it. So I used this grinder and I ground some pimento seeds over the soup, and then I stirred it in. And at the end, I ended up adding some more at the top just for some garnish, as well as some carrots that I still had cut up and set aside, and some parsley just for a little razzle dazzle. You know what I'm saying? And then I plated it or put it in a bowl and served it to myself. Alright guys, so this is the finished product. This is the caramelized plantain soup without the smoked ham and sour cream. For one, I tried sour cream before and it didn't have any taste to me. And two, I don't eat meat, so I won't be putting any ham in my thing. You understand? No pork in my soup, right? So I'm gonna taste it because the last time I cooked something kind of like gourmet-ish, right? And the summer never tasted it, I'm gonna see how it tastes. I'm gonna taste it and see if I actually like it and if I'd actually do this again. So let's see. I put some, let me come closer. That's how I have it, right? I know the plantain I'm going to taste good because who don't like plantain and them caramelizing that sugar, so why not, right? So I'm just gonna taste the soup first so I can stay objective. What's really psyched me out was the orange juice and the heavy cream. That does sound like colic. You have citrus and you have milk or dairy or whatever. Colic, right? So me, I'm gonna just open brace. I'm gonna sit down on the toilet the whole night. But we're gonna see how this tastes, right? So let's go. Get down. Whoa. Woo woo. Whew. Ooh. What is that? I like that like a not bad. I guess sorry. I think the tang from the orange juice kinda, you know, I do something to my system. And then it's creamy, so it kinda tastes nice. It really tastes good. To be honest, may not drink this again. It tastes good. Plantain can't spoil. I like it. You can smell the turmeric as well. And of course the carrot them just taste like carrot because carrot not change flavor. Yeah man, it's nice. And I feel like I seasoned it well. And I didn't make a lot because obviously, even if it tastes good, I didn't want to waste it. But this is good. I'd give this out of 10. I'd give this a 7. Because if they professionally made it for me, maybe it would have tasted different. And if I made it how the book said to make it, with all the meat and whatnot, maybe it would have been elevated a little more. But because I don't eat meat, I'm not going to just fling some soy, tofu or whatever in it. We're not doing that. I think this is a fair 7. And I'd probably try it again. Maybe I'll eat an 8. You know why? Because I'm a top chef. Me, a top chef. Alright? So yeah. It boasts the bad man. Drop a comment if you guys would want to try this. If I need to pack up some and I want like a dish and give, you know? Yeah, because it tastes good. Let me know if you would like to see me use plantains to do anything else, or if you'd like me to make anything else, drop another type of video. I had fun making this. It took a while because I kind of drew it out, but I don't know, I like this. Once plantain in it, meat night. I didn't think that orange juice and heavy cream would go so well together, but this is good. All right, like, comment, share and subscribe, and make me know when I like this, guys. Bye.